Good evening and welcome. This is Radhesham Bagaragi again here. Civil Engineering 10,000 plus MCQ series was running. This is part 30, in which we will be knowing about columns and struts. Some important MCQs are I'm presenting here. See, exams are coming near and you are getting fear, I think, right? And you are trying to get some more data to complete your exam, right? So don't worry, I'm bringing here the important MCQs. You don't need to go anywhere. You just need to be with me with my lectures. You will be getting very important questions here. Exams is on 12th September and August is running. Today is 15th August. This class would be uploaded on 16th. You will be getting it on YouTube at 5:30 p.m. on 16th August 2021. Right. So let us start MCQs. In the buckling load for a given material depends on what? Slenderness ratio, area of cross section, modulus of elasticity. All three are correct. Buckling load depends on all these three, right? If length of column is increased by 5 times, its load capacity becomes 1 upon 25 times. How much? 1 by 25 times its load intensity capacity will become, right? Next, compression member tend to buckle in the direction of least radius of gyration. Okay. When both ends of a column are fixed, the effective length is 1 upon under root 2 into when both ends of a column are fixed, the effective span will be half of the length. And one end is fixed, other end is hinged, simply supported. Then that will be, the effective length will be 1 upon under root 2 into its length, means L by under root 2. And in the both end fixed, L by 2. Slenderness ratio of a column is 0 when column is supported on all sides throughout the length, then it will be 0. The Rankes crippling load is given by PR is equal to FC into A upon 1 plus A L upon R whole square. Okay. FC upon A is FC upon A upon FC into A, FC into A upon 1 plus A into L upon R whole square, right? Where P is equal to sigma C into A, and lambda is equal to L upon R, it well. 1 upon PR is equal to 1 upon RE plus 1 upon PC. Okay, so these are the formula. You can know about this. Next, in short columns, failure occurs by direct compression only. PC is equal to pi square E upon lambda square. This formula you need to remember, guys. I am telling you in the middle. Direct compression will due to direct compression only, short columns failures occurs, right? Column with highest equivalent length has one fixed and other free. Then L will be 2L. As the slenderness ratio of a column increases, its compressive length decreases. The factor of safety considered in Euler's formula for crippling load is 1. Rankine's crippling load formula is valid for all columns. And which one of the following steel section is prepared for columns? ISHB is good for columns instead of ISLB, ISMB, ISWB. ISHB will be prepared. For eccentrically loaded strut, hollow member are prepared. Minimum limiting load at which the column tends to have lateral displacement is known as, that is called crippling load, critical load or buckling load. Okay, a column is defined as short column if the ratio of its effective length to the least lateral dimension is less than 15, then it is called short column. As per Euler's formula, crippling load for a column having one end fixed and the other end hinged is 2 pi square EI upon L square. 2 pi square upon EI L square. EI is the flexural rigidity. Next, the length by least lateral dimension of pedestal is less than equal to 3. Okay. Secondary moments in a column are generated by eccentric loading. If the Euler's load for a column is 1000 kN and crushing load is 1200 kN, the Rankine's load will be how much? P is equal to PC into PE upon PC plus PE. It will become 545. Okay. Compression members are generally called struts. Euler's curve is a graphical representation of critical stress and slenderness ratio. Next, the slenderness ratio of a column is length of column divided by least radius of gyration. If L is actual length of a column, then the effective length of column when the one end fixed and other end is free, it's called, that is 2L. Okay. Euler's buckling load can only represent column behavior of higher values of slenderness ratio. Next, Euler's critical load for a column of equivalent length L, moment of inertia I, and modulus of elasticity is given by pi square EI upon L E square. Okay, pi square EI upon L square. Euler's formula for a column hinged at both ends is not valid for slenderness ratio less than 80. Okay, it should be greater than 80. The ratio of the effective length of a cantilever column to its highest, its height for the possible buckling is 2.0. What ratio? Effective length of a cantilever column to its height for possible buckling is 2.0. The Euler's load for a column is 1000 kilonewton and the crushing load is 1500 kilonewton. The Rankine's load for this column 600 kilonewton. You can easily find 1 upon P is equal to 1 upon PE plus 1 upon PC. Okay. The axial load carrying capacity of a column, long column of a given material with cross section area A, length L, is governed by other parameters, both flexural rigidity and slenderness ratio. Okay. When one or more of the wires on the side or both sides of the electrical pole or tower are broken, it causes unbalanced pull or twisting moment. If the length of a column is less than 8 times its least lateral dimension, then the column is called short column. The column has maximum crippling load when its both ends are fixed. A column may be called a short column if the slenderness ratio is less than 12. A column is regarded as a long column if the ratio of its effective length and lateral dimension exceeds 12. A column of height h and area A has the same strength throughout its own weight and applied stress P0 at top. Density of column material is rho. To satisfy the above condition, the area of column at the bottom should be AE rho h upon rho 0. Okay, you need to remember this, A into E to the power rho h upon rho 0. Next, an engineer wants to design a steel electric pole 6 meter height with end conditions as one end is restrained against translation and rotation while the other end is free. The effective length of column he should consider while designing this pole would be 12. Again, I am repeating because this is very important question asked in 2018. An engineer wants to design a steel electric pole, height will be 6 meter. And where end conditions are one end is restrained against translation and rotation while other is free. The effective length of column should be considered while designing this pole would be 12 meter. Consider for a short column fails primarily due to crushing. Second, ultimate load capacity depends upon its length. So both are correct. Because fails primarily due to crushing and ultimate load capacity depends upon its strength. Both are correct. But yield stress governs crushing strength. This is not correct. The load at which an element, a member or a structure as a whole either collapses in service or buckles in a load test and develops excessive lateral out of plane deformation or instability is called buckling load. The load at which the column just buckles, it's known as critical buckling, crippling, anyone you can say. The ratio of a theoretical critical buckling load for a column with fixed ends to that of another column with the same dimension and material but with pinned ends is equal to 4.0. A column is known as medium size if its slenderness ratio in between 32 to 120. Okay, guys, these are very short questions. You need to remember, listen fast. The slenderness ratio of a vertical column of square cross section of 2.5 centimeter sides and 300 centimeter length. This is square. So there will be answer is 360. This you can find I is equal to a to the power 4 upon 12. So K is equal to under root I upon A. A you can find area. I is moment inertia. You can find easily. Okay. Next, if both ends of a 20 meter long column are fixed for Euler's load calculation, its effective length is taken to be that is L by 2. So 20 by 2 is 10. The slenderness ratio of a vertical column of square cross section of 10 cm side and 500 cm length. Easily lambda is equal to L upon R or R is equal to under root I upon A. By this way you can easily find. Rankine's formula is used for the analysis of steel compression member if the slenderness ratio L upon R is none of these is here. So it should be 80 we need to see. A strut 3 meter long is 60 mm in diameter. One end of the strut is fixed while its other end is hinged. What is the effective length of this strut? So L upon root 2 under root 2. So it will become 2.12. Okay. Next, a column that fails due to direct stress is called short column. An electric pole is 10 meter height from the ground level. Its effective length for design purpose will be taken as 20 meter 2L. The radius of gyration of a rectangular section, depth d with b for a centroidal axis parallel to width will be how much? R is equal to under root I upon a. So you know I is equal to bd by 12. So when you will put the value, you will find easily the answer d upon 2 under root 3. So this was the answer. This was the formula. I'm repeating this formula as 1 upon PR is equal to 1 upon PE plus 1 upon PC, where PR is equal to PE PC upon PE plus PC. Okay, and you know it, one end fixed and other end free, where effective length will be 2L, and P is equal to pi square EI upon L effective square, where lambda is equal to L effective on R minimum. R is equal to under root I upon A. So very important questions. I told you guys, please go through it. Okay. So bye bye guys, take care, have a nice time. Columns and struts, important MCQ, very important questions I have told you. We will be meeting in the next class, part 13. Till that, bye bye, take care, have a nice time.